I talk about, well, my book is called Raising Entrepreneurs. And I'm not looking for everyone to become an entrepreneur. It's about an entrepreneurial mindset. So it's raising entrepreneurs, preparing kids for success in the age of AI because it's about a mindset. And that mindset starts at the earliest age. It's amazing when you think about how much young people grow from 1 to 6. Ideally, you start it very early, but the reality of an entrepreneurial mindset, you can teach that at any age. Even as an adult, you can learn an entrepreneurial mindset. The reality is, how do you think about just if you just think about the 6 traits, right? One of the traits is adaptability and resilience. Let's say your kids are in the shopping cart and you're driving down Costco and you talk about with them, you know what? I really wanted to get that bag of those Kettle Himalayan sea salt chips today. If anyone's ever had them at Costco, they're amazing. My daughter and I decide not to bring them into the house because we can't stop eating them. But let's say we've got a party and we need to buy those, and we walk down the grocery and they don't have them. It's a perfect chance to say, "Oh my gosh, to your child, what do we do? They don't have the chips. How are we going to be adaptable?" And then you just start to have these conversations. If you as an adult understand the 6 traits of an entrepreneurial mindset, it's the easiest way to just bring it into the daily life, right? And you think about, so we need to be adaptable. What do we want to try? Do we want to try the new, lime-based tortilla chips today? What do we think people will say? And you start to have these conversations and you just start to weave it into what you're trying to do. This is where the mindset matters because when you think about knowledge being universally accessible to all, it is the ability to think differently, to know how to leverage technology, know how to leverage AI in a way that's going to allow you to problem solve or to be innovative or creative or to be able to know how to interact with people so that when something doesn't go right in the work environment, do you have enough emotional intelligence and leadership skills and ability to help them through that problem? Because guess what, as a young child, you learned adaptability and resilience over the fact that you didn't get the potato chips you wanted. As funny as it may sound, it's these little environments and these little moments that are repeated and trained in the mind from a very early age that just becomes second nature if you bring in an entrepreneurial mindset. And that's one of the things that has set this country apart. This country is known for its entrepreneurial mindset, whether you do it as an intrapreneur inside of a company or an entrepreneur on your own. Anytime you, in your role, choose to try and think about how can you solve a problem differently, you are applying an entrepreneurial mindset. And that is something sometimes, well, I'm not going to be that next tech Silicon Valley entrepreneur. That's not what we're talking about. It's like, have you trained your children and your own mind to think about how you can take initiative, how you can look to not wait to be told what to do, but to look to how to leverage AI and technology to help you solve things in a new way. When you do that, you bring so much value to the table. And that is really the opportunity here for how do we help this country maintain its competitive edge on a global stage? It's going to be how can we find new ways to be innovative and creative and develop solutions and products and services that are going to address climate change or, are going to address the issues of interspace travel or going to solve issues around cancer. It is going to be those entrepreneurial mindsets that can be seeded at any age, but I encourage parents to think about, especially new ones, to start bringing them in at the base level, to start having those conversations.